It's no secret that the world is filled with unusual and mysterious objects and beings. As humans, our curiosity has led us to discover more and more over time. So today, here at Unexplained Mysteries, we'll be taking a look at how drones are helping us look into our history and astronomers into our future. Drone finds a lost tomb with 72 ancient skeletons. On Canary Island, a drone has found a lost tomb with about 72 ancient skeletons. The tomb contains the remains of ancient people thought to be from a probably lost pre-Hispanic civilization. It was discovered by a group of amateur archaeologists around the holiday island of Gran Canaria. These mummified remains belonged to natives of the Guanche society. The discovery was made possible through the use of a drone. The drone was deployed by a team of researchers who are members of the amateur archaeology group called El Legado. This group was formed by Ayoze Himar Gonzalez, Johnny Garcia, and Jesus Diaz. This team of archaeologists deployed their drones on a research mission, which somehow and unexpectedly led to the discovery of the cave through the drones. Gonzalez, one of the members of the team, described how they were able to make this discovery. He said, "We were flying a drone and we took some pictures of the cave. It is in a very difficult place to access, and you need to climb a cliff to reach the site. People thought the photos were fake because of all the bones there." This amazing discovery at the island of Gran Canaria consisted of 62 adult skeletons and 10 newborns. They were discovered in a ravine on the island, which is part of the Spanish Canary Islands. Archaeologists confirmed this discovery and have tried to link them to the Guanche civilization. They have also tried to date these ancient remains and were able to date them back to between 800 and 1000 AD. The ancient people of Guanche were believed to be the original inhabitants of the Canary Islands, and it is believed that the people of Guanche migrated from North Africa. Many historians believe that the people of Guanche were accepted into the Spanish society, who later integrated them both ethnically and culturally into the Spanish settlement. This was after they settled and colonized small islands. One of the archaeologists supervising the discovery, Veronica Alberto, told local media the following: "There are many burial caves in Gran Canaria, but not many like this one. The discovery of the newborn remains is important as they were not included in previous findings until very recently. We now know they can be found in these types of cave burials." Archaeologists subsequently went down to the burial site and discovered traditional burial shrouds that were made partly from some vegetable fibers and some animal skins. Alberto further added that we can confirm that all the pre-Hispanic people in the Canary Islands were prepared the same way for the burial ceremony. Archaeologists dug as far as 75 feet below sea level to reach the tomb, only to discover more than 6 skeletal remains that have now been analysed and studied. The cave was discovered back in June 2019, but they did not make any report about it, because they feared if they reported it, the facility might be vandalised. But 1 year after the discovery, they announced to the general public that they had begun work on the site. Gonzalez further explained that the cave should be closed off and preserved with the bones left there to respect the site. "We decided to report it because we want the local authorities to preserve and respect it." Astronomers find huge star clusters in our cosmic backyard. Another interesting discovery was made far away from Earth. A cluster of huge stars has been discovered lurking in the Milky Way galaxy. The Milky Way galaxy is a relatively short cosmic distance from our solar system. It was estimated that the huge cluster of stars, called Valparaiso 1, is about 75 million years old. It is considered an open cluster with an estimated mass of about 10,000 solar masses worth of stars when it first blazed into existence. It is estimated that these clusters of stars are about 7,000 light-years away from us. Many of the stars in these areas can barely be seen, but with the help of a telescope in your back garden, they can be detected. But this has not always been the case, as it has for some time escaped our observation until recently. The discovery of these phenomenal structures is an interesting one, as astronomers believe it reveals that this missing link of open clusters could have simply been evading detection, and quite easily too. Ricardo Dorda, an astrophysicist with the Instituto de Astrofísica de Canarias in the Canary Islands, reported that there have been previous searches to identify open clusters, but to no avail. The Valparaiso 1 did not look like a cluster, and this was why it was not discovered before. An open cluster is defined as a group of stars born together from the same molecular cloud of gas and dust. They are of a similar age and chemical composition, and they move together through their home galaxy. Trying to identify these clusters is not always easy because the distances and the galactic orbit of the Milky Way galaxy is not always easy to work with. As a result, a team of researchers began looking into how they could identify and analyze this latest discovery. The team was led by astronomer Ignacio Negarula from the University of Alicante in Chile, and they were aided in their search with the help of the Gaia satellite. The Gaia satellite is a probe that has spent the last several years mapping the Milky Way in 3 dimensions with a high degree of precision. They were able to determine not just the position of these stars, but were also able to analyze them. Among other things, they discovered that the stars were moving together even as they orbit through the galactic center. NASA announces that we are going back to Venus with 2 new missions by 2030. One of the latest announcements in 2021 comes from NASA. The space agency has announced that there will be 2 new missions to the planet Venus. The plan is to launch the mission towards the end of the decade. Among other things, the mission will help unravel how one of the Earth's closest planetary neighbors became a hellscape while our own thrived. This was confirmed by Bill Nelson, the new administrator of the project. He said that these 2 sister missions have a common aim of understanding how the planet Venus became an inferno-like world, capable of melting lead at the surface. He further stated that the mission would offer the entire science community the chance to investigate a planet we have not been to in more than 30 years. NASA has already started preparing the mission, as the project has already been awarded around $500 million under NASA's Discovery program, and each is expected to launch in the 2028 to 2030 timeframe. The process of awarding the project was scrutinized as both missions were picked from a competitive, peer-reviewed process that was based on the feasibility of their plans and their scientific values. The first project was tagged Da Vinci Plus, which means Deep Atmosphere Venus Investigation of Noble Gases, Chemistry and Imaging Plus. The missions would gather some more information about the nature and composition of the planet. The project would also study primarily the carbon dioxide atmosphere of the planet and learn how it formed and evolved. The mission would seek to determine if the planet once had an ocean. A descent sphere will plunge through the dense atmosphere which is laced with sulfuric acid clouds. The mission would also try to precisely measure the levels of gases like the noble gases present in the planet and other elements to learn what gave rise to the runaway greenhouse effect we see today. It is also expected that Da Vinci Plus would, among other objectives, transmit back to Earth the first high-resolution images of the planet's tesserae, geological features roughly comparable with Earth's continents, whose existence suggests Venus has tectonic plates. It is expected that the results from this project would help reshape our understanding of terrestrial planet formation. The second project was tagged VERITAS, an acronym for Venus Emissivity, Radio Science, INSAR Topography and Spectroscopy. The project aims to map the Venusian surface from orbit and delve into the planet's geological history. With the aid in the form of radar used to create 3-dimensional constructions, it will chart surface elevations and confirm whether volcanoes and earthquakes are still happening on the planet. It would also utilize infrared scanning to determine the rock type, which till now is unknown. It would also determine if active volcanoes were still releasing water vapor into the atmosphere. The mission is NASA-led, but the German Aerospace Center will provide the infrared mapper, while the Italian Space Agency and France's Space Center will contribute to the radar and other parts of the mission. But what do you make of the skeleton cave and the mission to Venus? Be sure to let us know your thoughts in the comment section below and help us by growing this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.